Alright, welcome back to Roll for Storybook Sims Part 3. I've got all new dice here. I'm kind of a dice goblin, so I've got a lot of dice to show off. I'm going to probably have different dice every time. Alright, but yeah, without further ado, let's go roll some dice. So, number 4, Wizard of Oz. Okay. We got another main character build. Okay. And what is our chaos this time? 3. Okay, base game only. Alright, so we are doing Wizard of Oz, main character build, base game only. Alright, well, let's get into Sims. Alright, so we are back in the Sims. I've already randomized a Sim that's kind of what I want Dorothy to look like. That's one of the things I like to start with is just randomizing a Sim, just to give me somewhere to build from. This is a full cast build, so we can do all of the sculpting and changing everything that we want to do with her. Play around with the eyebrows a little bit and just see what I can come up with. That looks that's kind of a more innocent look. hmm Yeah, maybe something more like that. I do like the wide-eyed farm girl. Dorothy is a very innocent character. So we want to give her, kind of the big eyes. Um, for some reason, I've always pictured Dorothy as blue-eyed. I don't know. Um, and let's see. I'm going with, yeah, and that reads as farm girl. That really reads as farm girl. Give her some, give her some freckles too. Um, so I'm going more with the like trying to go a little bit more for the book than the movie. Um, Although in the book she is a child, but you can't have a household with just a child in The Sims. You can have a household with just a teen, so that's what I'm making her. Might play around with the skin tone a little bit, but want her in a warmer skin tone maybe. She should still be kind of tan because, again, farm girl. She's working outside she's helping her aunt and uncle on the farm. Maybe. And I do want to try to keep her looking really, really young. Now, something I did forget is that it's supposed to be base game only. But fortunately, that's a base game here. So if you filter by packs, you can select just base game, and it'll give you just the base game looks. Go ahead and put the filters on base game. So this is a sim that anybody can download, or is going to be a sim that anybody can download, because base game is free. Or at least it was, and I think it still is. So, let's see. I'm going to start by giving her outfit look like she would be wearing it on the farm. Giving her her Kansas look. Oh. There are no overalls in base game. Okay, good to know. See what I can find in the way of shirts that look farm girl. Minus the fur. Or minus the leopard that kind of looks like something you could wear. Maybe for a cold weather outfit. I do really like putting Dorothy in blue and white. I like the idea that even in Kansas, she is the bright spot of color, bright pop of color. And in the book, even she is wearing blue and white. That is always her color scheme. Let's see. No, not the coach jeans. These will be okay. I think something like that might be a little too artistically ripped, but we'll go with that. I'll give her some boots. Look like something that looks like work boots. Let's see. Eh. Nah. Not fancy riding boots. These are work boots. Alright. This is her This is her Kansas outfit. And I'm not giving her any jewelry or accessories because I want her to be really, really simple farm girl. Maybe give her a hat. That's Texas farm girl. Or maybe too much cowgirl, I don't know. Yeah, it might be too cowgirl. But get that back to base game. Also, let's make sure this isn't. Yep, that wasn't base game. That was probably Horse Ranch. Mm. Mm. Nah, it's not. Alright, so we'll give her a couple extra outfits. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely want to use these shorts for Dorothy because the rainbow. doing that as a subtle nod to Judy Garland. All right, you get. Okay. Now, in The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy gets magical shoes that used to belong to the Wicked Witch of the East. Um, in the 1939 MGM Classic, they are ruby. In the original book, they are silver. So I kind of want to go with silver to go back to the source material here. What do you think? I think those are probably my favorite magical looking shoes. So I will go ahead and give, but I know that could be slightly controversial, so I'll give you an extra outfit with the ruby slippers because this version comes in red too. So there you go. I think I kind of want to do the this is very much a Judy Garland reference with the blue socks, light blue with the red. No, we'll do without. We'll see how it looks. Yeah, none of the socks are really the right length for it to, and they don't quite look right. So those are not right. So we'll go with this as her everyday outfit. Formal wear, we are keeping. Actually, go back in here. And you can apply the shoes to formal, athletic, sleep, party, somewhere hot weather, cold weather. Yes. You can also click this button up here to apply to all outfits, but I don't want to do that because I want to keep her farm wear shoes as farm wear. That looks kind of right. Kind of like that as Dorothy's. If it were gingham, it would work better, but you know, that works. Trying to find outfits that looks more teen. That definitely looks more teen. Trying to find formal outfits that look like Dorothy. That's a little bit more teen. Can change up her hair, maybe. I'll come back to that. Let's see. Let's see what we got that looks like a. And yep, she's still keeping her magical shoes on, even in her workout outfits. That does kind of look like a Kansas farm girl, I think. Sleep, What do we got?
Hmm.
I like that. A lot of great options for sleepwear in base game.
Hmm.
Party, you could go with the same as our formal. That's fun, but not really Dorothy.
Hmm.
Maybe. Maybe. I'll think about it. It's a cute little dress. Can also go with just a could go with a shirt and with the top and bottoms do separate instead of trying to do. It goes with her everyday outfit, sort of. But do I want to get something different?
Ah.
Do you want to get something different? Okay. I don't want to go too fancy with Dorothy because she is a Kansas farm girl, and I want to kind of keep that simple farm girl vibe. And yes, I am keeping her in the ruby slippers at all times because we don't want the Wicked Witch of the West to steal them now, do we?
Hmm.
Kind of looks like she just took off her jacket, which is I'm fine with that as a look. All right, so cold weather. She needs to have
Aha. Hmm.
okay. So it does have a cool belt buckle like I thought it did. Okay, that kind of looks farm girl. So does that. Not kind of don't like the the really low rise jeans,
Hmm.
but that's mainly what we got in base game. Mm, I don't really like those either. Mm,
Oh. Hmm.
that'll do, I guess. Mm, let's see what it's got in blue. Okay, that's fun and festive. I kind of like that. She needs pants.
Ah.
She also needs a fun party outfit. That's. mm, I like that we're getting more
Ooh.
multicultural outfits in Sims. I think that's really cool and really important for representation.
Ah.
Just people being able to see themselves in their Sims. And expose and letting getting people exposed to different cultures is always important. Let's see. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, so crazy idea here. Hmm, not in party. Mm, See if I can find something that looks like
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's see what we've got in the way of base game necklaces. I've got an idea, but I don't really know. Mm, give her a little
Ah.
something really simple
Hmm.
in her formal outfit. Do something just a little. It looks really plain. Which I mean, it's Kansas farm girl, so it is really plain. But let's see. I'm gonna, I'm gonna try something with her hair here. See if we got some kind of high ponytail. You got a ponytail or something. I don't I don't hate that. Because there's an animated version where Dorothy has a ponytail. Yeah, there are a lot of really interesting versions of the Wizard of Oz. Um, there were two basically
Ooh.
sequels that I remember watching growing up. One was live action, one was animated. The live action one is the famous Nightmare Fuel one. And there's also an animated. I always confuse the names because they're very similar, but one is Return to Oz, the other is Journey Back to Oz.
Ah.
The animated version
Hmm.
had Liza Minnelli as Dorothy, and if you're not familiar, Liza Minnelli was the daughter of Judy Garland, who was the original 1939 Dorothy. Also, something that I didn't realize, and
Ooh.
I did that wrong. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. I was going back in to add the Ruby versions and got rid of the Silver version. Not what I'm trying to do. Okay, so what I was saying, the animated version has Liza Minnelli as Dorothy, and something that I didn't catch until
Hmm.
past year or so. It has Margaret Hamilton as Aunt M, and Margaret Hamilton was also in the original 1939 Wizard of Oz as the Wicked Witch of the West. So I thought that was particularly interesting, and I didn't recognize her voice when I was little, even though the credits actually,
Hmm.
the way they did the credits at the end of the movie, they showed the actors sort of dressed up as the characters. But yeah, that was that was fun. Let's see. Okay, what's Dorothy's aspiration? Mm, no place like home, but I don't know how to do that in Sims. Mansion Baron, 5 is wealthy, 5-star property. Uh, let's see.
Oh. Oh, shusha. Shusha.
Cheerful and animal enthusiast. Sure,
Heavenly.
cause Toto. Um, let's see. Sure, I'll make her friend of the world. Because everybody who meets her likes her, except the
Ah.
villains. Alright, so that's gonna be my take on Dorothy.
Hmm.
I'll go ahead and upload her to the gallery here in a little bit. And I will see you all next time.
Ah.
Bye!